If we turn our backs and spit in his face, is God still gonna bless the USA?
Success, said General George Patton, is how high you bounce when you hit bottom. A better definition might be success is faithfully tackling and accomplishing the work God gives us one day at a time. In biblical terms, success has nothing to do with wealth, position, power, respect, or awards. God promises to grant us success, but he views success as finishing the work he has assigned us. Colossians chapter 4, verse 17 says, "Say to Archippus, the key to the ministry which you've received in the Lord, that you may fulfill it." Greetings, Patriots. I'm Perry Green, and this is God in America. June the 6th marks the anniversary of the Allies' Normandy invasion in 1944. Several providential events aligned to enable those men to enter France and begin the extraordinary task of pushing the Nazis back to Germany. History has proven the success of our armed forces in World War II. Throughout history, we've ascribed success to numerous individuals according to various standards. We label them famous or infamous as they successfully achieved their goals. Consider figures like Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, George Washington, Michelangelo, Beethoven, Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin, Dwight Eisenhower, J.D. Rockefeller, Henry Ford, Albert Einstein, and Elon Musk. These individuals and others succeeded in power, prestige, position, possessions, and pleasure. One of the greatest motivators to achievement is power. That is, having many people under your authority. Power unlocks the potential for our other pursuits. This is true even in Christian circles. Former pastor John Maxwell reminds us, in most cases, those who want power probably shouldn't have it. Those who enjoy it probably do so for the wrong reasons, and those who want most to hold on to it don't understand that it is only temporary. Ironically, Jesus is the most successful individual in the world's history. In Matthew 28, verse 18, he states, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me," and then commissions his disciples to spread the good news throughout the world. Yet there was a time when he was powerless and emptied himself for our sake, according to Philippians chapter 2, verses 5 through 8. The cross displays his willingness to give up power as he died at the hands of sinful humanity. We want to be successful. The thirst for success drives many Christian leaders and would-be leaders. We have seen religious empires established that transcend continents and countries. God has blessed numerous leaders with fame and influence, such as John MacArthur, Billy Graham, Chuck Swindoll, C.S. Lewis, Max Lucado, Charles Finney, George Whitefield, George Mueller, and Charles Spurgeon. I conjecture that most of these men, if not all, entered the ministry to serve God humbly. As a result of that humble service, God increased their influence even through the ages. Here's the problem. Success brings power, and we love power, even Christians. Most men who enter full-time ministry want to emulate successful, powerful, influential ministers who came before them. They seek measurable assurance that they are advancing the Christian faith, as the Pilgrims stated in the Mayflower Compact. That is the reason we track nickels and noses in our churches. When I entered full-time ministry nearly half a century ago, I envisioned successfully presenting the gospel so that people could discover Christ as I had done not too long before. I was disappointed not to see the visible results I had hoped for or that others achieved. I questioned my worth in the kingdom of God and my lack of success. As I've aged and reflected on my 45 years of church ministry, I realized the significance of what I heard older preachers say back then. Success is not in the numbers, it's in our faithfulness. They were correct. What if a minister converts thousands but loses his family in the process, or his soul? What if he is a household name within his denomination but is cursed by his children? He's not been successful before God or the people most important to him. Paul wrote, "Godliness with contentment is great gain." Faithful godliness influences those closest to us and helps us focus on God rather than our insecurities. Romans 9 teaches us that God creates us for different purposes. Some pastors have more influence, but all can be equally successful before God. The 2-talent man was as successful as the 5-talent man. Both fulfilled their master's requests according to their abilities. As we ponder our success level before God, we can see where God has worked and where we have. When all is said and done, we only need to fear God and keep His commandments to be successful. Someone has said, in God's will, there's no failure. Out of His will, there's no success. Let's focus our eyes on Him and let's keep the light of genuine success burning.
Yeah, if we turn our backs and spit in His face, will God still bless